Tuesday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos is now in Sorsogon as part of his Bicol campaign. To tell us more about the happenings there, Dale De Vera joins us live on the line from Sorsogon City. Hi Dale, good afternoon. What's the latest on Marcos Jr.'s campaign in Bicol? How was he received over there?
Well, it's a first for a BBM campaigning here in Bicol. The regional bailiwick of his rival, Vice President Leni Robredo. The presidential candidate touched down in Albay, where he inaugurated his regional campaign headquarters in Legazpi City. Social media posts of supporters say a caravan was held from the airport in Taragat to Legazpi to Sorsogon City. However, it turned out the motorcade did not reach Albay. The crowds waiting for him on the streets were relatively fewer compared to the areas where he earlier campaigned. In some areas, such as roads near the provincial capital, there are lots of supporters who greeted him. But in general, there weren't that much people who welcomed him. After his caravan, Governor Jesus Escudero hosted a lunch for Marcos and other senatoriables on their unit team. Marcos then returned to the provincial capital for a campaign rally. For his part, Escudero said he is not yet endorsing anyone for president as he is waiting for the decision from his party, the National People's Coalition. Escudero also assures presidential candidates that Sorsogon is open for them to campaign. Marcos Jr.'s running mate, Mayor Sara Duterte, earlier endorsed Escudero, whom she says is her good friend. However, this does not mean that Escudero is included in the unity senatorial lineup. Sean Escudero's father, former Congressman Salvador Escudero, was a close ally of late President Ferdinand Marcos. However, Jesus Escudero earlier supported the government's move to recover the Marcos' ill-gotten wealth. So far, Marcos Jr. secured endorsements from Masbate Governor Antonio Co and Camarines Norte Governor Edgardo Tallado. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for that update. That was Dale De Vera of News 5 on the line from Sorsogon City in Bicol. Thank you, Dale. YouTube has imposed age restrictions on the video of the People Power Anthem, Handog ng Pilipino sa Mundo. Composer Jim Paredes took to Facebook to question why the video had been flagged as inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. YouTube's policies state that videos may be age restricted if it features harmful or dangerous activities, nudity, violent or graphic content, and vulgar language. Google, who owns YouTube, has yet to issue an explanation on why the restriction was imposed. We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Stay here on One News. are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Presidential candidate Leni Robredo continues her campaign in Cavite today. Gerard de la Peña reports to us over the phone for more details. Gerard, hi. How was the reception for VP Leni in the bailiwick of Senator Lacson?
Cavite being known as Lacson bailiwick and provincial leaders formally supporting another candidate, VP Robredo remains hopeful that she'll get support from Caviteños one way or the other. Supporters clad in pink still came to see her in her campaign events today. Robredo started her day by meeting her supporters in Carmona before holding a private meeting with the clergy at the Nuestra Señora de Candelaria. In Dasmariñas, several people signed a pledge of support for the Robredo-Kiko Pangilinan tandem. The presidential candidate is still confident that she will get significant support from the province. Governor John Vic Remulla committed to the unity team when they held a sortie here a couple of weeks ago. Robredo's message remains the same. Quality of lives will improve if there is an honest and trustworthy government. She also called on her supporters to help dispel misinformation. Meanwhile, Robredo responded to critics calling her out for supposedly campaigning inside churches. Robredo says she's just being invited and the church leaders are the ones picking the venue for the meeting. Sean Robredo will wrap up her Cavite campaign with a grand rally in General Trias. Those who wish to join are advised to come early and take alternate routes as roadworks are being done around the area. Sean?
Thanks so much for that update, and do stay safe out there. Gerard de la Peña over the line from Cavite. And with east restrictions under Alert Level 1, more and more people flock to the Quiapo Church to attend the first Friday Mass this month. Justine Punsalang with that story.
Devotees of the Black Nazarene flocked to Quiapo Church earlier today during the first Friday Mass this month. As Metro Manila shifts to Alert Level 1, the maximum capacity inside the church increased to 1,100. This is the minor basilica's 100% capacity. But for those who will not be able to enter, they can attend Mass outside at the Plaza Miranda and Plaza San Juan, where physical distancing markers remain on the ground. Today, the crowd filled the church, which led to devotees also occupying Carriedo and Villalobos streets. The police said they already anticipated and prepared for the influx of people during the first Friday Mass.
Handa naman po ang pamunuan po ng Philippine National Police para mag-enforce ng minimum health standard protocol dito. Kasama din po namin at katulong namin yung mga iho.
Devotees are glad with the easing of church protocols. They prefer physically attending the Mass than online as it makes a deeper impact to their faith.
Ako nagsisimba rito, pag uwi ko sa bahay, magaan ang sarili ko.
Kasi gusto ko pa talagang ma-bless po talaga po, makarinig po ng yung gospel po. Tsaka halili po ng pare na sa face-to-face po talaga.
They are also hoping that cases continue to decrease so the annual traslasyon can be held once again.
Sana nga maibalik para at least may ipagpatuloy namin yung aming deboto sa kanya.
Despite the influx of churchgoers visiting Quiapo Church, traffic along Quezon Boulevard remains light. However, vehicles bound for Palanca Street may experience a slow movement as the parking space allotted for motorcycles have occupied 2 lanes. For those planning to go to Quiapo Church, hourly masses are held until 9 p.m. The church reminds devotees to always wear face masks and bring with them their vaccination ID. For News 5, Justine Punsalang. We are One News.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. PAGCOR has vowed to review policies and hold dialogues with Isabong operators on the issue of dozens of missing cockfight players. PAGCOR Chief Andrea Domingo said they still have to wait for President Duterte's approval before suspending Isabong operations. The regulator will come up with a resolution on the missing Isabong players after 1 week. President Duterte has appointed Attorney Romando Artes as the new MMDA chairman. Artes served as the agency's officer in charge after the resignation of former chairman Benhur Abalos. And inflation came in flat at 3% in February, despite the rise in oil prices. This comes on the back of lower food prices, which offset the higher costs of transport, electricity, and LPG. For more updates, visit News 5. the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.